the e-commerce landscape has completely transformed in 2025. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If you're still running your store like it's 2022, you're leaving money on the table. I've been growing e-commerce brands for over 25 years. My strategies have generated more than $1 billion in sales. Not theory, not fluff, pure revenue. When major brands like Globetrotter hit plateaus, I'm the one they call. When founders are stuck at the same revenue level for years, I help them break through. I've been behind the scenes of more 8-figure D2C launches than anyone else in this space. While everyone else is recycling the same outdated advice, I focus on what actually works right now. And today, I'm sharing the new way to grow an e-commerce brand in 2025. Let's dive in. Let me tell you what 99% of e-commerce store owners are still doing. First, there is this obsession with getting traffic at all costs. But here's the unfiltered truth. 80% of that traffic is completely wrong for your brand. I just analyzed an account where the store owner spent more than $27,000 on ads last month alone. Their return, $19,000 in revenue. That's not marketing, that's charity donation to Meta. Next, there is race to the bottom discount mentality. 20% off everything, then 25% off, then 30% off. Congratulations, you're winning the race to zero profit margin. Most stores treat their $3,000 customer the same as some random person who abandoned their cart. Same generic emails, same bland messaging. Email open rates hover around 15%, yet the strategy never changes. It's like using the same pickup line and wondering why you're going home alone again. Last, and this one really drives me crazy, mobile experiences are treated as an afterthought. I evaluated 17 e-commerce stores last week. You want to know how many of them optimized for mobile? Zero, not a single one. Yet 83% of their traffic comes from mobile devices. These brands spend thousands of dollars on beautiful and amazing product photography and fancy logos, but their checkout requires 19 taps to get to the finish line. That's like building a Ferrari without a steering wheel. If you recognize your store in these scenarios, don't worry. You're not alone, but you do need to change course immediately. I've documented my entire consumer attention span optimization framework for those who want to implement it. It's called Rapid 2X. It's not some fluffy theory. It's the exact system that I've implemented across 100 plus brands in under 6 weeks to double their sales. This framework shows you how to increase your AOV by 42% in under 30 days. You'll learn the strategy that helped a DTC brand increase their revenue by $804,000 in under 90 days. I've tested this across 200 plus e-commerce stores in 37 niches across multiple continents and different languages. The principles work whether you're selling $20 or $2,000 product. Why am I sharing this? Because I've seen how transformative these strategies are when they're properly implemented. The link to access the Rapid 2X framework is in the description. Let's continue exploring what works for e-commerce brands in 2025. New way. So what's the new way to grow an e-commerce brand in 2025? The answer is consumer attention span optimization. Let me break down the 5 key elements that are actually working right now. First, performance optimization is not just important, it's everything. In 2025, consumer attention span has shrunk to 1.7 seconds. If your site takes longer to load, you're losing revenue. Period. I worked with Globetrotter Luxury Luggage for this exact same issue. We slashed their time to interact from 4.2 seconds down to 1.6 seconds. The result? Sales shot up 333% in under 30 days across 3 continents. Nothing else changed, just site speed. Run your site through GT metrics today. If your score is below a B, you're definitely leaving money on the table. Second, treating all the customers the same is purely lazy marketing. Your DTC brand needs to segment your customers into these 5 customer groups. New prospects who have never purchased, first-time buyers, repeat buyers, VIP customers with high lifetime value, at-risk customers who have recently not purchased. Each group requires different messaging. Your welcome emails get 70% open rates, while your newsletters get 15% open rates. So why are you sending the same message to everyone? Third, mobile first isn't optional anymore. Not mobile friendly, mobile first. Here's a challenge for you. Try to complete a purchase on your own store using an iPhone. Was it seamless, or was it like navigating a maze? Most stores require 19 taps before you can complete your purchase on mobile. Yet 83% of traffic comes from smartphones. Trash vanity metrics and measure what really matters. Stop obsessing over traffic numbers that don't translate to revenue. Track session value. That's revenue divided by number of sessions. This immediately shows you which channels make money versus waste it. I helped a client implement the session value metric last month. We cut their ad spend by 40%. Sales jumped 22%. Why? We just stopped paying for worthless traffic. Fifth, AI personalization needs to be your secret weapon. I mean, dynamic homepage for each visitor. Product recommendations based on actual browsing behavior. Email flows that adapt based on customer actions. Let me share real results from clients that are implementing this Rapid 2X framework. Gratia Pearl went from 24K to 160K in revenue in under 70 days. That's a 589% revenue increase. Oram Brothers was stuck at $1.5 million for 3 years. After implementing these Rapid 2X strategies, they hit $3 million in 1 year. This year, they're on track to $10 million a year. There is a fundamental difference between founders who struggle and who scale. I call it being involved versus being committed. It's like breakfast, steak and eggs. The chicken is involved, it contributes the eggs. But the cow is committed, it gives everything for the steak. Most e-commerce founders are just involved in their business. They want results without making the investment. They jump from tactic to tactic without mastering the foundational fundamentals. They hire a $15 per hour VA instead of hiring a $150 per hour expert. The founders who succeed and scale are committed. They invest in proper systems and focus on fundamentals. They solve root problems instead of chasing symptoms. So ask yourself, are you involved or are you committed? This Rapid 2X framework works across all product categories, but it only works if you implement it with commitment, not just involvement. If you're starting an e-commerce brand this year, it can be super overwhelming to try and figure out what you need to get it off the ground. There's ads, email, CRO, product research, market research, the list goes on and on. Even this video might be confusing. So click here to check out the next video where I walk you through the 3 steps that I would take if I was starting an e-commerce brand this year to grow as fast as possible and focus on what really matters. This could be what breaks you out of that analysis paralysis and allows you to create an e-commerce brand that gives you financial freedom and time freedom. So if you're serious about this, I'll see you over there.